So what's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how you can implement something like PayChangu in your app. So I'm going to be using nodeJS Express on the backend, and I'm going to be using React Native on the front end. But I've made the backend in such a way that you can integrate another front-end framework that you could wish to use. So it's actually simple and straightforward, and I'm going to be focusing on the mobile money payments. So let me walk you through the documentation to how you can integrate it. So I'm going to be focusing on this direct charge Momo. I actually think that this may be Momo's mobile money, if I'm not mistaken. So it actually goes in 3 steps. From my experience, from how I have experimented it, and I've actually that it has 3 crucial steps. The first step is to get the supported operators, and the second step is to initiate the change, and the rest is to verify the charge. So actually, on getting supported providers, I'm going to use Node, as I said, and I'm going to use using Axios, as I actually tend to use Axios, as it's actually brilliant and straightforward, and it actually handles some bugs, and I kinda like that. That's why I actually go with Axios. So here's the API of getting supported providers, and since we can see that it doesn't require using any secret keys or API keys, so it's actually going to be implemented on the front end. As a React Native developer, you actually know that for this to use this, you can actually use the user effect hook, so that whenever a user mounts the page, so that you can actually get the supported providers and render them to the user. So that's how it goes, and you can actually also try using this pattern, and this is actually brilliant from PayChangu, and you can actually get how you can actually visualize how the response looks like, and you can see that it's actually like a JSON like, and it's actually straightforward, as you can see. And we have actually 2 supported providers for mobile money, as you can see also over here. So the second step is initiating the charge, and this involves you initiating the charge so that the user can authorize the charge, then you can verify the charge. So this, we use this API, and also I'm going to be using Axios. And you can also try it over this very same docs by entering your secret key over here, and also entering these fields over here, and you can actually also press this button to try it out. And after that, we go with charge verification. So with charge verification, we're also going to be using this API, and we're also going to be using Axios as usual. And the response looks like this, and you're actually going to see it. So let me walk you through how I have implemented the backend. Since I have said that it's actually I'm actually going to focus on that. So let me zoom it in so that you can actually see. So I have two models. I'm actually using MongoDB as my database, but you can also use any other database that you would wish to use. So that actually I'm going to focus on giving you the logic or the flow of how you can implement it, so that you can implement it with any other tool that you would wish to use. I would really love to go into detail into writing the code, but as my YouTube account hasn't been verified, so I can actually make videos of up to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna make it short as much as possible, but actually give you the needed information as much as possible. So I have here the transaction model. The transaction model of how I have defined this schema is like I have the name of the customer that made the transaction, I have the email of the customer, and I have the left ID of the customer. So I have also timestamps of when the transaction is made. So I feel like this information is actually enough for me to record a transaction and keep track of transactions that are being made in my app. So after that, I have also here a user model. Actually close this. Okay, user model. So we have name, email, password, and paid. While this the default value is false, and whenever I use pays for the service, it actually comes true. I'm actually going to make the payment like a one-time payment, such as how Google Play Store does. After paying it just once, you are going to be using the service afterwards. So I have actually two APIs that actually are about the integrating of the PayChangu to the front end. So actually I've actually done this because you don't actually want to keep your secret keys in the front end, as that can expose them to someone that can tamper with your app distribution. So you don't want to actually do that. It's actually a good practice to be keeping API keys in the server side, which is the backend. So the way it's working in the front end, since I said that I'm just sending the data to the front end, let me zoom in. It's like whenever the upgrade page mounts, we are actually fetching the supported providers. Since it doesn't involve any usage of API keys and stuff, I've actually implemented it in the front end, and I'm using the use effect hook such that whenever a user mounts this, we're actually fetching them, and we're actually rendering them using this component over here. This over here. So we are saying like support providers.map, then we are actually mapping it. Don't worry, I'm going to leave the repository for the backend in the description, so that you can also actually refer to it and actually implement it on your own. So and if you'd like me to go in detail, like writing the code and going step by step, you can also actually comment down in the comment section below, and I'm actually going to write each line of code and explain how it's working. So actually here I'm going just to explain in order to beat the time, so that I actually get up like a maximum of 15 minutes. So I'm actually rendering a touchable opacity, so that the user can select the operator that he wants to make transaction using with, and after that I'm actually going to initiate the charge. So as I have said, initiating charge is happening in the backend. Here I'm just calling the API from the backend. I'm using here the base URL and the initialize payment. I actually tend to use this as it's actually a good practice to be storing your base URL in a file as a constant sys. Actually you want to be sure that after development, then if the app is going to production, you can just change the URL here to the one that that is going to be used in production, and that's actually a great practice. So the upgrade screen, actually after the user have initiated the change, it goes to confirming the charge. So the way the initiating the payment is working, let me show you the function. It's like we are passing in the data which is needed for the API, and the data looks like this. It looks like we have the phone number, we have the name, and we have the email, we have the provider, and we have the amount that we would like to send, and these are the details that we are sending to the backend, so that they can be passed to the API as our payload. After that, then we are going to the confirming payment. So how actually how the initializing payment is working, it's like after getting the details that are coming from the front end, from the request.body, we are actually passing them to the API. Then after that, we are actually returning the response to the front end. So you can see that it's actually simple to do this, and actually giving you this flow, you can also actually implement it using any other backend framework that you could wish to use, and with using any other tool that you are good at. So that is it. Actually, this line of code over here, I actually got it from the documentation also, in order for the charge ID. So you can also actually use this algorithm over here. It's actually brilliant, and I actually tried it out. So after that, we are going to the verifying charge. So on verifying charge, we are also passing charge from the front end, and we're also getting it in the back end, and we're also passing it in the API. So we also, as I have said, that we are using it, since it also involves using our secrets from the PayChangu. We are also actually going to implement it in the server side, and we're actually sending the response to the front end. So in order to, so you might be wondering where can you get your where you can get your your secret keys and stuff. So you can actually head over to paychangu.com. This is their site. I'm also going to leave the link in the description. So you are actually going to press this beautiful button over here, then you can actually create your account and enter your details. It's actually straightforward and simple. After that, your dashboard is going to look something like this, as if you have actually entered all your necessary details. So after that, you can head over to this side over here. You can head over to settings. Then after that, you can head over to APIs and webhooks over here. That's where you can get your keys and stuff. It's actually simple and straightforward, and that's actually brilliant from PayChangu. And actually the documentation also is actually simple and straightforward, as I've just shown you. So after the payment has been made, has been verified, we're actually updating the payment status of the user. We're actually updating the paid value to true, and we are also actually recording the transaction so that we can keep track of transactions that are happening that are taking place in our app. So with that, I'm going to show you how the app is really working. So I'm going to actually go and create a new account. Here I'm going to actually enter my name. So here I'm going to enter my email, and here I'm going to set the password, of course, and I'm going to go ahead and create my account. Just wait for that, and my account has been successfully created. So as I've said, this is a CV creating app. So if I can go with create CV and try to go ahead by selecting a template saying account not upgraded, please upgrade first to continue. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my plan. I'm going to press this button over here. So actually it's fetching the separate providers. So after fetching the separate providers, it has actually displayed them to us. So I'm actually going to enter my phone number. So actually after entering my phone number, I'm going to select the mobile money provider which I'm going to use. So I'm going to use Airtel Money, and I'm going to click here pay 100 kwacha. So that's going to initiate the payment, and let's just wait for it. And also, as we can see here on the back end, it has actually worked. Here is our response, and it's actually success. And so I can also see on my phone that enter pin to confirm payment of 100 kwacha to PayChangu, and I'm actually going to enter my pin over here. After entering my pin, I'm going to hit send. So it says thank you for confirming the pin. You will receive a notification shortly. So since I have actually authorized the payment, I'm going to go ahead and say confirm payment. So let's give it some time for it to load. So as we can see, it has actually worked, guys. So that is it which I wanted to share with you. Until next time, bye bye, guys. So as we can see, it has actually worked, guys. So that is it which I wanted to share with you. Until next time, bye bye, guys.